This is one of the big ones. Along with Jayfeather, Cinderpelt is my favorite character in the entire Warrior Cat series. I just realized that they're both cats who wanted to be warriors, but instead had to become medicine cats due to their handicaps. I guess that's the formula for success. Now, if only poor Snowkit could have lived to join them. Unlike Jayfeather, nothing about me liking Cinderpelt is ironic or meta. She's more wholesome than that. The reason I love Cinderpelt so much as a character is because she is so lovable and maintains her graceful and spirited nature in the face of adversity. Her life is seemingly one never-ending ride of pain and suffering, yet she rolls with the punches, and when she gets knocked down, Cinderpelt takes that standing 8 count, gets back up, and fights again. Oh yeah. More so than anyone else, Cinderpelt embodies the warrior's spirit. Warrior life isn't about fun, and it isn't really about power or glory or anything like that. The essence of being a warrior is living an honorable life in harmony with and in service of other equally virtuous cats. While a sense of fraternity and spiritual fulfillment are also core components of warrior life, they both come from and are enhanced as a direct result of the altruistic initiative that cats like Cinderpelt exhibit. She knows better than anyone that life isn't easy or fair, but that doesn't stop her from facing it with the same love and inner passion for her clanmates that got her crippled in the first place. Life happens. It's up to you to choose your attitude. Considering the way in which she gracefully exhibits virtue in the face of adversity on pure personal initiative, there's really no character I know of who serves as a better role model than Cinderpelt. Except for maybe Randy Savage. When she's first introduced as Fireheart's new apprentice, Cinderpaw's energy and warrior zealousness were infectious. Even though she was enthusiastic to a fault, everything about her was so appealing. I instantly fell in love with this character. But then things go horribly wrong. Despite being told to stay in camp, Cinderpaw leaves to relay a message to Tigerclaw, only to fall into a trap on the thunder path that he had set for Bluestar. In an instant, Cinderpaw's destiny is horrifically altered. Her dreams of becoming a warrior have been dashed. This perfect, innocent paragon of vivacity has fallen victim to the cruel and heartless reality of nature. Cinderpaw was simply too good for this world to handle. Juxtapose the sweet, lively cat we were introduced to with the sad, morbid cat who asks Firestar if she's useless because of her injury. She can't even help her clan fight off an attack in their very own camp, and the guilt and frustration of this reality is absolutely demoralizing. It seems as though Cinderpaw will be a burden on her clan for the rest of her days, unable to contribute in any meaningful way. Then, things begin to change. Yellowfang acts like a total bro and gets Cinderpaw to help her out with treating injured cats. We see Cinderpaw's attitude start to reverse. She doesn't have any control over her destiny at this point, but she does as Albert Camus said and embraces the absurdity of existence. She fully commits to the path laid out before her, pushing that boulder up the hill time after time, and through this, she finds inner meaning and fulfillment. Cinderpaw works hard to be useful to her clan as Yellowfang's assistant and becomes the only cat who the snappy old Fleabag can get along with, even earning her praise here and there. That's when you know you're doing something right. Finally, Cinderpaw shows enough to where Yellowfang officially takes her on as an apprentice. I've been meaning to say something to you for a while, Yellowfang went on. I see so many mouse-brained cats around here that it's a real joy to find one with some sense. You've learned quickly, and you're good with sick cats. Thank you, Yellowfang, Cinderpaw burst out, her eyes round with surprise at Yellowfang's praise. Be quiet, I haven't finished. I'm getting old now, and it's time I started to think about finding an apprentice. Cinderpaw, how would you feel about becoming ThunderClan's next medicine cat? Do you really mean it? She whispered. Of course I mean it, Yellowfang growled. I don't talk for the pleasure of hearing my own voice, unlike some cats. In that case, yes, Cinderpaw murmured, lifting her head with dignity. I'd like that better than anything in the whole world. Man, it just doesn't get much better than that. Erin Hunter at the height of their characterization. I love how enthusiastic and happy Cinderpaw is in this scene, as well as how Yellowfang gives her ultimate praise to her about being a cat with some sense, before quickly returning to short-tempered retorts. Have I ever mentioned how much I love Yellowfang? Well, yeah, she's pretty awesome. Just when you think things are about to turn around for her, Cinderpaw has another setback. With Yellowfang unavailable, Fireheart calls on her to help Silverstream deliver Greystripe's kits. While she performs admirably enough to save the newborn litter, Cinderpaw is unable to keep Silverstream alive afterwards. She blames herself for this tragedy, believing that she could have done something different, something more to prevent it. It's a burden that she'll carry forever, but does she let it weigh her down? No. While this tragedy does briefly get to her, Cinderpaw rallies around it with help from Yellowfang and Fireheart. Like a phoenix, Cinderpaw's devotion to others is reborn and reinvigorated through the ashes of Silverstream's death. Cinderpaw makes every scene that she's in an absolute joy to read. One of the best ones Erin Hunter ever wrote occurs when Fireheart accompanies her to Four Trees on her journey to get confirmed as a medicine cat apprentice at Highstones. Fireheart is worried that she might change when she comes back and asks her if she's sure about fully committing to this new path. "Are you sure about what you're doing?" he asked quietly. "Is this what you really want?" "Of course! Don't you see, Fireheart?" Cinderpaw's eyes searched his, suddenly serious. "I have to know as much as I can so that no cat dies because I couldn't save them, like Silverstream." Fireheart flinched. He longed for a way to persuade his friend that Silverstream's death was not her fault, but he knew he would be wasting his breath. "And that will make you happy? You know that medicine cats can't ever have kits," he reminded her, thinking of how Yellowfang had been forced to give up Broken Tail and keep her bond with him a secret. Cinderpaw purred to comfort him. "The whole clan will be my kits," she promised. "Even the warriors. Yellowfang says they have about as much sense as newborns sometimes." She took a pace forward that brought her to Fireheart's side and rubbed her face affectionately against his. "But you'll always be my best friend, Fireheart. I'll never forget you were my first mentor." This one beautiful scene right here is the seminal moment for Cinderpelt's character. She doesn't just move on from her past, she simply cares too much to be able to detach herself like that. Instead of moping on about it though, she uses all of these tragedies to keep her moving forward, to inspire her to perform the best that she can. She swears to atone for all of these events by paying back her clanmates with more care and dedication than any cat could reasonably be expected to give. The warrior passion that once burned bright in Cinderpaw is still alive, but now it's shown in the form of her endless love for those around her. Aside from this declaration from Cinderpaw, this entire scene is a masterpiece within the story. All of the emotions that have been built up between Fireheart and his old apprentice culminate here as Cinderpaw takes her first steps along her new bittersweet path. Even as the two of them go their separate ways physically and spiritually, Cinderpaw still lovingly reminds Fireheart that he'll always be her best friend. Seriously, I think the line, "But you'll always be my best friend, Fireheart. I'll never forget you were my first mentor," is probably the best line in the entire series.
Dude, are you crying?
What? No, get out of here. Anyway, all of this is building up to Cinderpelt's definitive moment as a character. In Rising Storm, two sick cats from Shadow Clan come to ThunderClan camp in hopes of being healed. Bluestar refuses and sends them away, but Cinderpelt can't sit by idly as they're sent to their deaths. Going against her own leader's orders, she nurses them back to health in secret against impossible odds, even at the risk of contracting their deadly disease herself. To Cinderpelt, this is her way of making up for her own perceived uselessness as a warrior and her failure to save Silverstream. She doesn't do it for any hope of recognition or even really for herself. This is simply what she sees as her duty to the world. This incredible act of kindness and bravery inspires Little Cloud, one of the sick cats, to follow Cinderpelt's path as a medicine cat. 21 books later, he's still honoring her memory as he works tirelessly in Shadow Clan. This is the legacy that Cinderpelt left on the forest, one of unconditional love and kindness that rubbed off on more cats than she would ever care to admit. Cinderpelt's life wasn't easy, and she faced as much adversity and heartbreak as any cat before or after her, but she didn't let any of that break her. Cinderpelt never stopped exhibiting that incredible spirit that made me love her character in the first place. Even when faced with death, she fought on with dignity until the very end. There is no cat in this series so honorable as Cinderpelt in my opinion, and my only regret is that I probably can't make a video that can ever do this character proper justice. Her life was defined by her immortal actions and character, facilitated by no other imperative than her own beautiful inner spirit. She's incredible, and Erin Hunter's phenomenal, if for nothing else, for writing such a touching and powerful arc for her. This is why I hate the young adult stigma that this series bears. Anyone who dismisses this series clearly has never paid due attention to messages like this. Is it accessible to people of all ages? Yes, but that just shows what an accomplishment it was that Erin Hunter could produce such a profound statement on inner meaning and existentialism in a way that can appeal to anyone. Nothing in this world is promised, and your life can change at the drop of a hat. Cinderpelt shows us that her status is temporary and forever fleeting. The only thing that lasts forever are your passions and actions. The final definition of each of our individual characters is not what we are, but who we are, and how we shape the lives of others. Simple, corny, Yeah, but nobody else gives that message the kind of pop that Cinderpelt does.